Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat here on Electro Ninja's Lab. I am here with my fellow host,
I'm Jack.
and we're going to be talking about Gamescom, as well as a few other big gaming things that have been happening over the past few, weeks, because I think the thing with Pokemon ZA happened actually a few weeks ago, but a lot of the news has been coming out in this week, alongside the Gamescom stuff and the Kirby stuff and all that jazz. Um, so we'll be talking a little bit about that as well. But for primarily, we're going to be talking about Gamescom because that just happened earlier this week. In fact, it's still technically going. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of news about when it comes to a lot of the Gamescom stuff until well, except for opening night live when there's like all those big trailers and stuff like that. And then there's other stuff, mostly like events and stuff with like demos and all sorts of stuff like that that's happening at Gamescom itself. Um, so yeah, that there is a chance that more news will be coming out today and tomorrow, or for you guys, yesterday and today. Um, so uh, we obviously don't know every single thing that happened at Gamescom, but we feel comfortable enough to at least talk about what's been happening this past week. And there's probably not going to be anything too extreme that we're going to be excited to talk about um, by the end of this. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, let's get started. So there weren't that many games that we're really excited about from the Gamescom thing, but one of them is Silksong, which neither of us played Hollow Knight, but we're still excited for Silksong because it looks really fun. To be fair, both of us have been thinking about playing Silksong for years, um, and we just haven't gotten around to it. I think there was another game that
Oh my.
I think there was another song that we were also like we didn't we were talking about it last night, and no, did we? I thought there was something else that we
They
talked
haven't played
about.
Hollow Knight. No one's played Silk Song yet.
Well, yeah, obviously no one's played that. But I thought there was something else that we were talking about that has come from that we were looking at, and we were like, oh yeah, we haven't played that either, but that also came in Gamescom, and it was like, oh yeah,
Bubsy?
huh?
Was it Bubsy?
Well, we did talk about Bubsy, but we don't really care that much about that. So I thought there was something else, but I guess not. I think I'm just losing it. That's fine. Um, but yeah, Silk Song. It looks really interesting. I think first we need to play Hollow Knight, just due to the fact that it looks like a very fun game and it really feels like our cup of tea. Um, it is a platformer, so it may not necessarily be like fully yours, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It looks fun. I'm excited for Silk Song. I want to play Silk Song. Um, but yeah, we'll see what exactly we do. Ghost of Yote. Obviously, I am super excited about Ghost of Yote. I played Ghost of Tsushima. I played the crap out of that thing, and I would love to see more of the story. Um, so I don't know exactly how connected Ghost of Yote will be to Ghost of Tsushima, um, but it looks exciting, and I'm completely here for it. Honestly, I would love for Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yote to come to the Switch so that you can play them, because they're fantastic freaking games. Um, yeah, like I've told you a good amount about Ghost of Tsushima. It's basically a stealth game. Um, well, you can run it as a stealth game, but it's basically a samurai who basically turns into a ninja. So there's like parts where you want to be where you want to mostly focus on being a samurai, while there's other parts where you really want to focus on being a ninja, and it's interesting. And basically, if you just play as a samurai, you will die like a ton. But if you just play as a ninja, you need the practice for the samurai stuff because there are certain parts where you have to play as a samurai. Um, so you need to be very careful about that. But yeah. So yeah, but Ghost of Yote is looking like it's gonna be much more involved with being ninja. There's probably still gonna be some samurai-esque aspects of it, but it looks like it's gonna be much
Mhm.
more Tsushima. It's gonna be much more ninja than Tsushima was. Um, then there is Cult of the Lamb is getting some DLC. That's just fun to see every now and again happen. Um, we've both played Cult of the Lamb, and I should pick it back up and play it again because there was I haven't played it in a little while, so I'm not exactly certain on exactly how much has changed in the past few years. Because I think I just played it I played it for a little while when the game came out, and then I really need to pick it back up and play it again. Um,
Yeah, same.
because it's such a good game, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so Cult of the Lamb coming out. Uh, so Final Fantasy 14 also got some big news. The big thing is that it got there's that from the actual opening night live was that there is going to be a collaboration between it and the current Monster Hunter. So Monster Hunter is going to be getting Omega and Chocobo as a mount, while Final Fantasy is getting the bird mount that you have in Monster Hunter, as well as uh, their big boss. I don't remember what exactly it's called. Um, but yeah, the big boss that you're dealing with in Monster Hunter, in the new Monster Hunter, will be a trial, and the Monster Hunter boss is actually one of the funnest bosses in Final Fantasy. It's not necessarily the best, but it's one of the best. Um, and I really enjoy it, and it's fun, especially with that boss specifically, because you can face off against it completely by yourself if you really want to. Um, and you could just uh, it's fun to fight because you actually have to think about all the challenges and stuff like that. I usually will go ranged and just like kite it a lot. Um, well, I think other people have done it as tanks. People have done it as healers. Well, actually, I don't know if people have done it as healers because playing as a healer is way more challenging in that fight than like any other thing. In fact, it's practically pointless to be a healer. But yeah, but that's coming. I know that you don't really care that much about it. You will be eventually able to play as to do the first Monster Hunter fight because with because 14 might be coming to the Switch soon. In fact, it's all but guaranteed that it is coming to the Switch too, very frickin' soon. Basically, there was an interview with Yoshi P, who is the uh, lead director of Final Fantasy 14, and he basically said that there have been some very good talks with Nintendo, and that they just need a little bit more time, and then they think that they can have it on the Switch too. So, I would guess that at the latest, that Final Fantasy 14 will be on the Switch too by 8.0. I don't think that it's going to be any longer than that because, especially with that interview, it really gave me hope, and I think that I don't think that there's much reason for it to be beyond that, because honestly, by 9.0, they might be prepping for the Switch 3 or whatever is going to be the next Nintendo console. Well, they might not be prepping for that. They might still have a little ways off. But it's we're a good ways off before we hit 8.0, and 7.0 is, or sorry, 9.0 is even further. Like, I'd say that would probably be like 5 years from now is 9.0. Well, 8.0 is maybe 2 years at most. Because yeah, we've got we're currently in the 7.3 cycle, and we're going to be getting 7.31 soon, 7.35 by the end of the year. So we'll probably be getting into 7.4 next year, 7.5 by the end of the year. And then 8.0 probably at the beginning of 2027 is my guess. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's not far, is my point. So, I think that most likely we will get full confirmation that it is coming to the Switch, maybe by the next Final Fantasy Live letter, and then you'll finally be able to play it. And we will probably do some cool stuff with that, where we'll talk about where we'll maybe do some live streams or something, where I'll be showing Jack the ropes and stuff, because I think you're gonna really enjoy Final Fantasy. But yeah,
Probably.
that was a lot of ranting about Final Fantasy. But Indiana Jones.
What else is new?
Indiana Jones is coming to the Switch too, which I haven't played the Indiana Jones: The Great Circle yet, big yet, but it is coming to the Switch too, and it feels very much like a Indiana Jones, like you're playing through one of his adventures. And to me, honestly, Indiana Jones, at least moving forward, if they're going to if they want to keep doing stuff with Indiana Jones, I think the video games would be the better option, because obviously Harrison Ford is getting older. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He is getting older, and he is not really, he's like, just from the last one, he's not really able to play that much as Indiana Jones. So I don't think that they're going to do much more with him.
Probably not.
So yeah, I think that most likely we will not be seeing if we're not going to be seeing movies with Harrison Ford anymore. But I think if they want to continue telling us more of Indiana Jones's adventures, I think that video games might be the way to go, because they're going to be able to do a lot more, and it's a lot less weird. Yeah, you can get people who sound similar to Harrison Ford, and I think especially younger Harrison Ford, pretty easily comparatively, and yeah, I think that that's going to be a lot of fun to see exactly what they could do with that. I want to pick up the game soon. I just haven't had the chance yet. But yeah, Indiana Jones, and it's also getting DLC. The DLC doesn't looks like more of the game. Cool. I'm sure that a lot of people are really excited for it. I want to play the game first before I play the DLC. But yeah. So that's Indiana Jones. Lego Batman, which that looks like so much fun. I really want to pick that up and play that. Apparently there's a demo at Gamescom, and people have been loving the crap out of it. Most of the I haven't seen too much in terms of like people hating on it, except for the idiots. Oh my gosh! But I think that there's a good chance that a lot of that is just fake, because there are people who are saying, "Oh, Batman is woke now," blah 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 blah, and then meanwhile everyone's just pointing to the 1957. Oh my gosh, that I think that is just the funniest thing. Is like everyone is pointing to 1957 because that's when the Rainbow Batman happened, and like it wasn't even really necessarily meant to be a it wasn't really meant to be like anything about LGBT in the comic because it was mostly just Batman throwing off a lot of people by dressing in like a whole bunch of different different colors to throw off everybody. Um, but at the same time, it's looking like a lot of fun. Um, from what I'm seeing, though, I'm not certain if they're going to have it be a wholly original story like the Lego Batmans have been, or if it's going to be something where they're just going to retell all of the movies. It looks like there's references to every single one of the movies. Um, because if you were to look at the trailer, um, Lego Batman, I will actually do that. Lego Batman, here it is. Okay, so obviously there's suits that are representative of pretty much every single one of them. Um, Gordon is in there. I don't think that Gordon just looks like the Lego Batman Gordon. He doesn't look like any specific Gordon. Um, so yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do anything with that. Obviously, each of the different Batman suits. There's a reference to the where he was training in Lego Batman, in not Lego Batman, in Batman Returns, or what? What was it? Was it that? Or The Dark Knight. It was just The Dark Knight, I think. Yeah. Joker looks very much like the Joker from the Dark Knight trilogy. Bane just looks like a much bigger version of the Bane from the Dark Knight trilogy. I think that there's references to the Arkham series. There's references to the some of the old. I don't think there's really anything from the older stuff. At least that I have seen. There's references to The Batman, which fantastic movie if you haven't seen it. I'm sorry I'm ranting about this because and Jack just does not like Batman.
It's all good.
Why do you
Keep
not
going.
why do you not like Batman again?
Because he's just a rich brat with money and no superpowers.
Okay, but you also don't like Superman, right?
I don't mind Superman nearly as much as I hate Batman.
Mm.
Superman is fine. Superman, I don't dislike Superman.
Okay, so to me, it sounds like you more dislike the concept of Batman, not necessarily anything that he specifically does.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I think that you would actually really enjoy it, but especially playing Lego Batman because a lot of it is like his detective work and stuff like that, and beating up the bad guys. Um, and he's especially Lego Batman is just like such an interesting character in my eyes. So, yeah. And I I kind of wish that there was when it comes to the Lego Batman stuff in general is I kind of wish that they did more with the DC universe as a whole. Because pretty much all the only one of the Lego DC adjacent stuff that they've done that wasn't that wasn't primarily focused on Batman was Lego DC supervillains. And granted, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, that one is not really as focused on Batman as like Lego Batman 1 and 2, but at the same time they really could have done it less about Batman, where they focus more on like the DC universe as a whole. And I get that why they do it. but at the same time, I'm not gonna complain that we're getting another Lego Batman game, because Lego Batman has always been like one of the top Lego games, right up there with Lego Star Wars, right up there with Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, um, The Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings. Both of those are fantastic. So, yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see more from Lego Indiana Jones, but at the same time, I'm not really expecting that. Same thing as for Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. But if they're gonna do Lego Batman, cool. I'm here for it. That looks fun. Um, but yeah. Um, but yeah. So Lego Batman. Uh, Long Gone. I'm not certain if it's necessarily going to be something that we're going to pick up. It basically just looks like it's pixelated Last of Us, and it's less horror, I would say, than like a lot of zombie games. But I think that it would be. I think it looks interesting. I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna pick it up. Um. But Dench Attack. Fuck that.
That looks funny.
That looks so funny, and like obviously we talked last nerd chat about Locomoto and how much fun we're having with that. This looks like it's another game that is for trains nerds, but it's like just pure chaos, because it's literally Subway Surfer. It's a subway that is surfing the tracks, and I am freaking here for it. It looks so fucking fun.
It does.
And I'm so here for it. But yeah, gonna play the crap out of that. And then My Hero All's Justice. I've played the first two My Hero One's Justice games. They were both fantastic. I loved them. This is gonna be more of that. Yes, please. I'm so here for it. I'm a bit concerned that they're going to have characters that have that they're not going to have characters who have died. As well as there's a possibility that they're not going to have all of the vigilante characters. Of course, really, we with the vigilante characters, we really only need 3 of them. So I'm hoping that they at least put those guys in as like DLC or something like that, so that people can play as them. Because they're fun characters. Give them sure, it might be spoilers, but give the main character his powers by the end, what he has by the end of the series, and then the other 2 can just be however they are, because they don't really change. But yeah, give Koichi his final power set, and I think we're good. And yeah, so that. I think that would be very fun. But I think primarily they're going to have it be very much involved with the main story. So if you aren't caught up with My Hero Academia, I would not recommend playing All's Justice, because it's gonna be very spoilerific as hell. And it's coming out around the same time that the series is finishing. So, unless you have read the series and fully finished it, I would not recommend picking up the game until after you have finished watching the show. So yeah, just something to be aware of for anyone who is thinking about getting All's Justice. It's basically just a fighter game, but it's all of the previous ones have been a load of fun. So yeah, I'm here for it. So I think we should probably talk about Kirby and ZA. I think ZA is the more interesting one, so we'll leave that for last. But Kirby is getting a racing game, and I'm kind of not certain if we should get it. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, same. I'm not 100% certain I even want it.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's basically it looks a lot like Mario Kart and the Sonic Racing game, which, granted, I'm here for the Sonic Racing game. That I will probably pick that up at some point soon. I don't know when it comes out. I think it might. There's a chance it might already be out. Sonic Racing, great, looks fun. Kirby, I think it's good, but I think the problem is that they have too many racing games right now. I think that a lot of people who really like Kirby are probably going to grab it. So I think it's going to do well no matter what happens. But I don't necessarily think that it's necessarily our cup of tea. It looks like it's a well-designed racing game. Do not get me wrong. It looks fantastic. And it's basically it's the holiday game. It's the game that's coming out right before the holidays. So everyone's going to be getting it for Christmas and stuff like that. I'm not really that concerned about it. But yeah, it's coming. Enjoy. Everyone who likes those games, enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun for you. And yeah. So that
My sisters really enjoy Kirby.
yeah. So anyone who likes Kirby is going to be enjoying it. You'll probably play it just because you said that your sister likes Kirby, right?
All of them, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you'll probably end up playing it because they'll probably get it, and then you'll play it with them, and then we can and then after that we can decide whether or not we want to actually get it. So, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so that's that. And then ZA. So there's really not much that has come out about ZA. However, there are some big things that have been coming out. Is we now know basically the name of the zones for the map, how big the map is, because there's been demos out, which is fantastic. And then also, freaking Mega
Victory Bell.
Victory Bell. Yeah, it's so dumb, and I love it. I'm kind of hyped for it. It's so dumb, and it is not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. It 100% is not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. But I am so here for it. It's so funny, and it's got a derpy smile that you could like if the eyes were on the other side of its head or its mouth, it would look like a frown. But because of the fact that, like, it's just got it slightly turned, and it's so derpy, and I love it. Oh,
It's so good.
It's so funny, and there is so
It
many
was
people.
described as a poison-filled water balloon to me, and I love that description.
Fair. I mean, it does look like other things. We're not gonna deny that.
Yes, it does.
And we're not gonna talk about that either. But it's funny, and I like it. It's just this absolutely stupid piece of crap thing that I'm here for. Honestly, if there is anything to do with like playing with other players, I kind of want to play with Victory Bell to just annoy people, because that just sounds like such a blast. So yeah, I'm here for it. Give me Victory Bell. But yeah. So yeah, Mega Victory Bell is just gonna be absolutely so much fun to play with and to just destroy everything with. But yeah, that's like the big news that's come out this week, and there's not really too much more. But people did get a chance to play the demo. So yeah, I think there's not freaking Austin John did like a full dissection of what he played, because he basically got to play. He looked at the menus. He learned exactly how things work. there's going to be a lot of like, it's almost an action Lego, or not action Lego, action Pokemon game, which I wasn't really expecting it to be like that. I was more expecting it to be, I don't know. Um, it's hard to say because I was really expecting it to be more, like the rest of the Pokemon games, just like a little bit more movement. I was thinking it was going to be more along the lines of, like what Ni no Kuni did, where it was still turn based, but you're able to maneuver your character and stuff like that. But a lot of what it is basically there are cooldowns on your abilities, and you're going to be wanting to like make sure that you put on abilities that don't just do damage, but are putting debuffs on your enemy, putting buffs on you, figuring out what is the best attack for the best attacks. So managing all of that is going to be way more important. There's making sure that you're lined up properly. It looks like you're going to probably have like not necessarily 100% accuracy, but you're going to have a lot better accuracy than your enemies are going to have. Because you're able to move around and stuff like that. Well, they're going to have slightly dumber AI. Mega Evolution, you're going to be able to Mega Evolve several times in a battle. You're going to be able to swap your Pokemon, making sure that a lot of them are able to Mega Evolve. Multiple different Pokemon will be able to Mega Evolve in a single battle. And a lot of that is really freaking exciting to be able to mess around with that eventually. So, yeah, I'm totally here for it. Looks like the first time that you're gonna Mega Evolve, you will be Mega Evolving with a Lucario that is not actually yours, and that's gonna be a decent way into the story, but not like super far into the story, because you're basically going from rank Z to A throughout the game, and yeah. With that, you're also going to, once you fully finish up the game, sorry, you get Mega Evolution around rank V, and with that as well, you also get Absol. So that's going to be your first that's going to be your first Pokemon that you're going to be able to Mega Evolve whatever you want. And it seems like there's a good chance that each of the starters is going to be able to Mega Evolve, and yeah, there's a lot of different details. I'm not gonna get into all of them, but yeah, we'll see eventually what happens with all of the Mega Evolution and junk like that. So yeah, but as we also have a decent idea of what each of the sections of the map are gonna be, because we know that the starting section, which is the green section, is going to be called the Verde section, or however that's pronounced in French.
Verde?
Yeah, Verde. Yeah. So I did say it right. Okay, good. But yeah, and then each section appears to be it's going to be basically the French name of what the color of the houses are. So like this the other one on the right will be the yellow in French. Pink will be there will be the pink in French, red in French, and blue in French. And that's obviously in that order. Exactly how it's gonna play out, I don't know. Part of me is thinking that you will be able to explore the city from the get-go and be able to go anywhere in the city that you want. But that's not necessarily a guarantee. And then maybe like, from what I'm gathering, maybe like the areas where you're able to catch Pokemon will basically populate. There will be more Pokemon of different levels and stuff like that as you go on, and and it will be more and more Pokemon in the city as you continue on with the story, till eventually at Z, most of the entire city is completely populated with Pokemon.
That's fair.
Exact details I'm not certain of, but it looks really fun, and I am totally here for it. um, looks like your base of operations is going to be in the Verde section, because that's where Hotel Z is. So, yeah. Um, and I don't know. There's a lot of details that are still up in the air, and I think that that's with good reason. They don't want to spoil things for people. Um, and I have a feeling that they don't want people to know what Pokemon are going to be in the game. Um, or what they don't want everyone to know every single Mega Evolution until the game comes out, because they've had that issue in the past where people have data mined their demos and then found out every single Pokemon, and they don't want that ever again. So, yeah. Obviously, there have been leaks, so we kind of have like a vague idea of what all of the Mega Evolutions will look like. I don't care. I really don't. I want to see these Pokemon when they either officially get announced or they officially are in the game, and I'm getting them. So yeah, I will be trying to catch every single Pokemon as per usual, but yeah. And
Yep.
the nice thing about it is that, um, it's gonna be both on Switch and Switch 2. Personally, I would recommend that if you're able to, absolutely get it on the Switch 2. From what they've said about the demo is that it played really well on the Switch 2, but they only had demos with the Switch 2. So you could not see like what the level of detail was between them. So that's something to be very much careful and aware of. Um, Another detail is that it looks like you might still be able to play with your friends. It's not going to be like something where you're not allowed to play with your friends at all. Um, Looks like you will be able to play with your friends. Exact details are still up in the air, but like they recently revealed that there's a cool thing happening where you'll be able to gather with your friends and basically you fight each other on a basically 4-on-4. Basically, each of you is facing off against each other, um, and whoever defeats the most Pokemon basically defeats each other the most, wins. And that looks like so much fun to play with. And with that, I think that they're probably going to allow a lot more battling between people, a lot more exploring with other people, um, than Arceus did. So, yeah, I'm hoping at least that that's going to be the case where you're going to be able to play with your friends, compared to Arceus, because in Arceus you couldn't really play with your friends. But there is a link
Right.
trade. There is a link trade option. I think they showed that in the menu. There's private battles and ranked battles. Um, and they've got like a link play thing. So to me, that feels like you're going to be able to play with your friends. Whether or not it's like, hey, your friends can join you as you're exploring the city, I don't know. Personally, I would love for the two of us, once we get the game, to basically start out the game, and then as soon as we're able to play together, basically explore the city together. That would be so much fun. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It looks like a lot of fun, and I am 100% here for it. We're talking a lot about Pokemon, and that wasn't even in Gamescom.
True.
So yeah, I think there is a chance that that they had like a demo there, but I don't know for sure. Very few people are talking about Pokemon from Gamescom. Most of the information came from the previous event that they had. Uh, that's where I don't remember what the event was, but it was before. It was a few weeks before, and the information just happened to come out right as Gamescom started. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, I guess before we call this video, we should probably talk about the Game Awards, because Game Awards will be coming out soon, relatively soon. Um, like that's gonna be in December. So I think it's hard to say exactly what games are going to be in the Game Awards this year. Just due to the fact that we really didn't play that many new games except for the Switch games. We played a lot of the Switch games. Um,
True.
like I played Tales of the Shire, but that's on everything. Um, I would like to play Expedition 33 because that looks like a lot of fun, and it's from what I'm seeing, a lot of people talk about. It is there's a good chance that it's going to be Game of the Year, um, or it's pretty much guaranteed to have a spot as a nominee, and same thing goes for Silk Song because a lot of people love Silk Song, or they loved Hollow Knight, so it's pretty much guaranteed to get into the Game Awards, especially since it's coming out in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. So, yeah, a lot of people are going to be playing that. It's 2 days after Skandar, by the way. So, yeah. I'm not certain exact details, but most likely that so those two games are guaranteed to be in the nominees for Game of the Year. That there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Those two are guaranteed. Beyond that, I really don't know. Mario Kart has a decent chance. Apparently, there have been some awards that have been handed out for certain games, mostly for hype and stuff. That have already happened. So yeah, let's see here. I don't know what the awards are here, but they're I don't know, something from Gamescom. They're giving some awards to a few different games, but yeah, I don't know. I really want to. I want to see more of this. This is there's a lot of cool games that are coming out this year, and a lot of obviously a lot of the games that have happened at Gamescom are games that are not coming out until next year. As far as we're aware, ZA, Kirby, and Silk Song, no, and Ghost of Yote, sorry, all of those are coming out this year.
So is Silk Song.
Huh? I said Silk Song.
So is Silk Song. Oh, I thought you said no Silk Song. I was like, yeah, it is coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Silk Song and Ghost of Tsushima are both coming out later this year. I think the Cult of the Lamb DLC is coming out this year. I could be wrong about that. That might be early 2026. Final Fantasy 14 details are coming out in October, because that's when the new trial comes out. Which the Monster Hunter thing. And then I don't think. Oh, My Hero All's Justice is also coming out. So I guess most of the games that we're excited for are coming out this year. Indiana Jones isn't. Final Fantasy 14 coming to the Switch definitely isn't, but it's coming soon. I don't think Dench Attack or Long Gone are coming out this year. I'd have to look those up separately. So let me see here. Dench Attack. Dench Attack. Does that even have a release date? Yeah, that's coming out. That's coming out next year. In spring. So we don't have to wait too long for that. Kirby is coming out in December, so people will be excited for that. What was the other thing? Long Gone. That's the other thing. Long Gone survival game. Okay, so that it's on Steam, so I don't. Let's see here. Release date coming soon. Okay, it doesn't even. It looks like it doesn't even have a release date. Yeah, yeah. So Long Gone doesn't even have a release date. So most likely next year. But yeah, everything else is like coming out this year. So Indiana Jones, Dead Attack, and Long Gone are the only games that are coming out next year. With Final Fantasy 14 coming to the Switch next year. So, yeah, and then everything else is this year. Uh, mostly like in October, and Silk Song coming out in 2 weeks. Um, but yeah, most of the games are coming out in October, with Kirby coming out in December. So yeah, looks fun. We'll see exact details. We'll probably be seeing more and more games that we'll want to talk about before too long. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what they're going to keep doing with like freaking ZA especially, and a lot of these other games. Lego Batman, please come out sooner. Yeah. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed today's nerd chat. I've been Electro Ninja, he's been Jack, and we will see you guys next time. But on